cost of good advice is measured in two ways, in getting it or not getting it. In both cases, it's going to cost you something. By not getting it, you can make a poor choice. You can actually buy a fake even. And we've seen a number of examples, the controversy around the Tretyakov painting that was sold from the Brett Keble estate, for instance, at auction, turning out to be a huge dispute, where in fact, if it were an original and verified, and if the buyer had got the advice that they should have got, they wouldn't have been bidding on that auction. And they wouldn't have had to go on to litigation and pay litigation fees just to recover the money. So in a sense, that's your cost for bad advice or no advice, in that sense, or relying purely on the information that the seller provides. I think anybody in business knows that the seller will always provide the best view of the business or the best view of the artwork and provide everything that encourages you to believe that this is the best thing to buy. So independent advice, I think, is important, and independent advice is very difficult to come by. I provide an advisory service which is independent. I don't get involved in the purchase. I have no interest in the commissions charged, and I basically charge an hourly rate. And depending on what the client would like, if they want an assessment of their collection, or they'd like just advice on a particular work, and they would just like to know, okay, is it reasonably well priced in the market? Is it an authentic work? Then it's purely a case of saying, okay, that's what it's going to cost you for me to establish that. And I've had a few instances where people have asked me about a particular work in a gallery, and what is so disconcerting very often is the gallery provides very little information. And with a little bit of investigation, it came out that in fact the edition size of the work was 3 times bigger than admitted, or wasn't even provided by the gallery, and therefore the pricing was extremely high. And then after that, the client can decide whether they want to negotiate with the gallery or whether they're happy with the deal that they're getting. So in that sense, I have no interest in whether the sale goes through or doesn't. Obviously, I do have an interest in the sense that the professionalism of the art market is maintained. And this is probably our most problematic area in South Africa, is because it's not regulated, anybody can become an art dealer overnight, literally. And that's why it's so important when you're looking at buying art, where is that artwork coming from? You know, there are quite a few people that suddenly become dealers for a few months as prices go up. They sell you works and you can never find them again. A good dealer should be able to, and I think should have the confidence to be able to sell you work and take it back into consignment and say, okay, maybe this wasn't the best work, but I had the confidence and I will pay the same price you paid for it. You should be able to return that item. And if it's with good advice and it's properly done, the dealer will be more than happy to resell it for you, because obviously they will make some profit on it. And the better it goes for the dealer.